We have this victory. And I don't know if you're a big sports person, but I am, and those of you who know me know that. And the Eagles won the Super Bowl this year, right? Victory at last, right? And as I watch the March Madness and these college teams, these young guys who haven't been paid yet, you can debate that if they should get paid or not. It's another message for another day. But when I see these guys, when they hit those buzzer beaters or the Eagles win the Super Bowl finally with a backup quarterback who happens to be a believer, and we claim that victory, don't we celebrate? Right? I lost my voice during the Eagles' victory, right? I was so excited. And when these guys, you see the courts and all the fans go insane, right? I love watching on TV where they show the college campuses and the stadiums, and people are just losing their minds because of the victory of their team. Why don't we celebrate like that? This victory in Christ is the greatest underdog story of all time. No one could have imagined that a man hanging on a cross who had been whipped and scourged with a crown of thorns, stabbed on his side, beaten and mocked and abandoned, all the things we saw from Good Friday, no one in their right mind could have imagined that a man like that would be alive 3 days later. That is an underdog story worth celebrating. That's like saying that a college that has never played basketball in their life comes and beats a Villanova team in the Final Four. Right? No one believes that. And that's even a pale comparison. It's a human analogy. But think of the impossible. This is what we're celebrating. The impossible has happened. Why? Because that which is impossible with man is only possible with and through the power of God. Everything hinges on this truth. Therefore, he says, my beloved brothers and sisters, be steadfast, immovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, knowing that in the Lord your labor is not in vain. Listen, this message is not just for today. It's not for you to say, oh, this is great. This is an impassionate plea for the resurrection of Jesus Christ. This message, as Paul concludes here, is not only for today, but for every day of your life. We need to live as though we really have a risen Christ. But we many times leave on Easter Sunday and Monday rolls around and we go back, oh, it's that Monday again, right? We should be able to go to work with our heads lifted high, and no matter what happens, the boss comes to us or our wife tells us some bad news. Yeah, it's sad, but we rejoice because Jesus is alive. Because just like with sports, when the Eagles won on that Sunday, I could care less what happened on Monday. If I came to church and the council here said, Mark, was there fire? I'm like, well, the Eagles won the Super Bowl, right? Right? At least. But that's the way it should be with the victory in Jesus Christ. We need to live every day knowing that this is a truth, and it's a truth that impacts all of our lives. That is a final word to all of us. Be advised that the world will continue to turn against you. We need to hold on. Paul says, be immovable. We need to cling to this truth with every fiber of our being. Because as Jesus said, like they did to him, they will do to us. And when those trials and tribulations come, we must be like those Christians, like those apostles, not cowering in fear, not finding some bunker we can hide in for the end times, whatever might come. We should stand boldly and confidently and say, come what may, because I can face today and I can face tomorrow, because my Jesus is alive, because he is risen from the dead. There is nothing I have to fear. You want to take my life? take it because Jesus' life was taken and he was raised, and so will I, because of the victory that we celebrate today. So be Christians who hold on to this truth, immovable like a rock, in the rock of the truth that Jesus Christ is the Messiah, the Son of the living God, and he is as alive can be. Let's pray.